Thank you for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. Today we have with us 2023 Sheridan WYO Rodeo co-princess Kylee Lamb. Kylee, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So your week's about to get busy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If it hasn't been, crazy enough just getting out of the pageant and, they were fun 2 days. I'm really excited for the upcoming royalty, having a full set of 5 and of course that new title 2 in there as well. I think it's gonna be a really exciting year, and I think it's a really a building year. I think from here on out, hopefully we'll kind of keep continuing and hopefully fill those titles out from here on out. But yeah, this upcoming week it's a full schedule, but I'm excited and it'll go faster than I want it to.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So besides Sheridan WYO Rodeo, what's been your favorite rodeo that you've been able to go to this year to represent?
So one of the first ones we went to was the Johnson County Parade and Rodeo, even though it rained on our parade, literally. It was so much fun. I met all their rodeo royalty, and they had 2 and then, 3 coming out. And, their queen, I was really excited to meet her. She's a good friend of mine now. And their whole atmosphere, just the way they came together as a community was really a fun one to be at. You felt really warmed and welcome, and then being able to carry flags in the arena and help them was one that I would definitely go to again and recommend the future girls to attend as well.
Well, great. So your horsemanship kind of came from a different background. You didn't necessarily rodeo, but you went through the 4-H horse program, if I'm correct. How was that?
Absolutely, yeah. I, didn't actually compete rodeo-wise, but, I was kind of in and out of the horse world growing up. I rode a lot of English, which a lot of people are like, oh, that's, different, and then switching more Western, which I would recommend anyone to do because you learn the more proper way to ride, heels down, shoulders back, eyes up, and then you kind of move into the looser Western world, and I think that really helped me. But yeah, I did 4-H again on and off for a few years, and that was a whole different community, different story, and I loved 4-H and doing that, and not just horse, but I did rabbit and cat and dog and all those. But I really like 4-H because you're learning and growing with the same people you're gonna compete against in the fall, and to me, I could never wrap my head around that. If someone asks you for help, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you because I'm going to be competing against you. It's learning about growing and building as a community, as teams, and, you make these great friendships, and then, you turn around and you either win or lose to the person you've been sitting next to, but you're still, it's all great and good fun, and then you move on the state, and no matter what, everyone's cheering you on.
Well, and that was a really great platform to help get you started, especially with the queening world, because you are competing against people who you become friends with and moving through the ranks that way. So, and you are going to college, correct?
I am. So I just graduated my first year with my welding certificate with honors. And so I did that in a year. And then I'm working out at the North Antelope Rochelle mine currently with an internship for the summer. And I absolutely love it out there. It's definitely the type of welding that I want to build my career in, that, working out on the drag lines and stuff, it's definitely fun. And I'm always learning, and I loved it. And it sounds like I have a full-time offer if I'd like it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm still going to return to school online, and I'm going to, start working on some business classes just for, if I want to work my way up, or, 10, 15 years, I don't want to keep welding, it gets hard on the body. Those 12-hour days plus the 2-hour bus rides, it gets long pretty quick.
Sure.
And then, of course, with business, there's a lot of finance classes, and, I want to work on my own personal finances. So whether I, do the certificate, the degree, the bachelor's, I'm going to start working my way towards those this fall as well while, going full time. And then I just got my substitute teaching certificate as well. So I'm going to hopefully do that on my 6 days off and kind of build a little extra on the side there, which I'm really excited about. It's a different world to step into. I'm excited to meet some kids and build. That's kind of a way for me to really step into the Gillette community too, because, being royalty over here, Skills USA, I did over there, but that was more the college. I haven't really been able to, work in the community. I work, outside of Wright, so that's still not Gillette. So that's kind of a way I can kind of step into the community a little more, and I'm excited about that.
Well, good. Do you think that you will continue on maybe in their community in the royalty program over there? Is that something that...
From what I understand, they don't necessarily have a huge royalty. It's kind of been in and out over the years. It's something that if they brought one back, I would love to, help and support any girls. Fully, I've learned a lot and I still have a lot to learn, but I would definitely like to help them with that. And that's something that, in the future, if it was presented to myself, I definitely would take that on.
Sounds like maybe there's a good opportunity to get one started.
I've been thinking about that. I'm like, that's something that, when I've got a little bit more time off and a little bit more settled, that's definitely something I could definitely see taken under my wing.
So I went to the royalty competition the last weekend, and one of the things that you said on stage I really want to bring out is you were so thankful to your board for working with you with your education and your career advancements, and they should be recognized for working with you and helping you to grow and advance. I think that's pretty cool that they did that.
Absolutely. When I took this job, it was one of those jobs between everything that they were going to offer, the learning wise, the money, it's what I wanted. I couldn't turn it down, and I was nervous. I was like, are they gonna take my crown and sash and run? Am I gonna be done because I can't commit to all these different rodeos? And they were just so warm and welcoming, especially Jennifer, she just stepped in right when this situation came up. So that was, meeting her head on with a problem. And everyone on the board really rose to the challenge and accepted that, I'm not going to be able to make it to everything. I'll kind of be in and out, but, I can hit the pageant, I can hit the rodeo. Those were the main things. And yes, their support was just amazing. And they really made this year possible for me. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to continue on and be where I am now.
That's great. Jennifer was a good friend of mine in high school, and I always enjoyed spending time with her. She's a very good problem solver.
Most definitely. I've learned to love and respect her very quickly.
Well, good. So this week, what all have you got going on for WYO Rodeo? I know that you'll probably be making some appearances, so what you got going on?
Basically everything's a good way to put it. Tonight we have the boot kickoff. We'll be there helping with the stick horse races, getting some that real hard pattern lined out for those kids.
Sometimes you go backwards. It's okay.
It is what it is. But they're helping with them. The new royalty will be there as well. Just meeting with the community, kind of making, for them, now's the time to watch what we do and really learn and grow and say, okay, this is how I do this. We don't just throw them to the wolves. So they'll be kind of there more shadowing us, seeing what we do, how we interact with the community, and then making their first step into. And then, of course, we'll be at all 4 nights of rodeo in the arena. Make sure you wave when I come by. And then we'll also be in and out throughout the community doing autograph sheets. We also have lunches, I know, and, dinners as well. I know Powder River Pizza was on there. The Just Leduit, Luna Steakout. And, those businesses, I can definitely say they really, really help us. And this is a time that I'd really like to thank them for our support as well. But really, we'll also be in the parade Friday, of course. We'll be I think we're right behind the Wranglers. So
I think so.
I think usually that's how it lines out. So when you see the big group of women on horses, get ready and again, wave back. We'll be excited to see you.
You get to wave this year because last year you were carrying a flag. It's a little hard to.
Yeah, it was definitely holding the flag and, sweating. I remember they painted our horses, and when I got my horse is white, and when I got to the end, the blue had just ran all down his leg, and I spent hours trying to get the blue paint off his entire leg. I was like, oh my goodness. So hopefully this year it'll be a little cooler. I haven't looked at the weather yet, but hopefully he'll fare a little better because I'm sure my horse Cowboy is not looking forward to that one. Bless his heart. He's an amazing horse, but I'm sure it's hard.
Well, and I think that's another aspect that you just hit on is it's not just about you, it's about your horse. And one of the things that you get to do is as you go on through these rodeos, sometimes you don't take your horse. Sometimes they provide a horse for you. And so it's a challenging thing. You've really got to have good horsemanship to be able to just jump on a horse and go.
Oh, most definitely. And that's something that with the Queen pageant that they're required to do when it comes to the horsemanship at this level in the state and national. They draw a name and you're thrown on a horse, and it really brings out, you can have a $35,000 horse and your horse is going to do everything for you. You might not look great, but you still usually can pull it off. But that really throws in the scenario of you really have to be a good horsewoman to be able to just be thrown on a horse and just align with that horse and be able to stay patient and calm and just work your way through it. And that's one of the big things that I really love that brings out that side of the women, and that when we look at it like our dance, it's how you think on your feet. That's one of those how you think on your feet moments that you're really thrown into. And it really shows the judges in the community how well you can adapt.
Well, great. Well, Kylee, we look forward to seeing you all this week, and good luck with your future. It sounds like you've got a busy future lined out. So Thank you for being here, and we'll see you this week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Check out SheridanMedia.com for more news, sports, and podcasts.